Let's welcome Ed Earl.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ed. Let me tell you a little bit about what I do. I am an owner's rep. So does anyone know what an owner's rep is? My guess is there's probably not too many of them around. There's not many in San Diego. So I am a professional consultant that's hired by homeowners that are either doing remodels, usually pretty complex remodels, or custom homes. And I serve as their representative, and I communicate and coordinate between the general contractor, the architect, the interior designer, everyone that's involved in the project. So that's the realm that I've worked in. I've been in construction for 25 years, but for about the past 15, I've been an owner's rep. So that's the perspective that I'm going to bring to you tonight, is that of the homeowner. And I think it's a really valuable perspective, no matter what. If you're a general contractor or a designer or manufacturer, I mean, we're all dealing with homeowners at some point. And so that's the perspective that I come from. I've had the opportunity to work on lots of different projects over the years, very large ones, smaller ones. This is Southern California, right? So it's a little bit different. But this is the biggest project I've done is this one, which is, believe it or not, this is a single-family home in Southern California. So this is a 27,000 square foot estate home. And it truly is, a single family does live there, believe it or not. Now they have 6 kids, so they kind of fill it up a little bit. But they have 12 bedrooms, 17 bathrooms, right? So every kid could use like a different bathroom and a different day of the week. So anyway, so that's one of the projects I'm gonna talk to you about. The next one is I was involved last year in a safari camp rebuild in Africa. And so I'll tell you a little bit about that. And the last project I want to talk about is construction of a nunnery project at a local Buddhist monastery. And the project was actually constructed out of straw-bale. Now, I know that these 3 projects are unlike anything that you probably have encountered in your career. But hopefully by the end, you'll see that the challenges and the issues that I faced with these projects are really no different than a $50,000 kitchen remodel. And I'm going to talk to you about one of those as well. So let me just quickly go over the lessons that I'd like to impart tonight. The first is, as I said, focusing on the homeowner, but really realizing that many of the homeowners that we work with, they focus more on the process than they do on the final product. And that's, I think, really important because as construction professionals, we're all about that final product. But oftentimes we overlook that the process, it can be just as important. The next thing is to really understand our client, understand our homeowner and the perspectives that they're coming from, what's important to them, and to realize that they have a very different knowledge set than we do. The third concept is I have identified what I think are 2 real keys to building happy homeowners. And I'll talk to you what those 2 keys are. And then the last is I want to talk about a concept called collaborative construction. And collaborative construction is something that I've been practicing for the last 3 or 4 years, and I want to share with you what the idea is behind that. So I call these Zen Lessons. Why do I call them Zen Lessons? Well, because for about 20 years I've actually studied under a Zen master, and his name is Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh was actually nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize back in the 1960s by Martin Luther King Jr. And so I've had the ability to study under him for about 20 years. Now, people, when they hear Zen, they think it's about going up on a mountain and meditating and reaching nirvana. But that's not what we're going to talk about tonight. And that's really not what I think is the applicable part of Zen. I think that there are many characteristics within Zen that are applicable to us as individuals as well as construction professionals. Some of these characteristics are analyzing situations, being able to see a different perspective than we ordinarily would, and communicating clearly. Some of the goals within Zen is really developing a greater awareness and a better understanding. And I think those are things that we can benefit from, again, as individuals and as professionals in the construction industry and helping work with our clients. So this is our goal for tonight, all right? We're going to build harmony with your homeowner. It's kind of got a little bit of a Zen feel to it. So I'm not going to burn any incense. We're not going to do any chanting. I'm only going to say Om once, and I just said it. So, but what I hope that you'll be able to see is that this Zen perspective that I'm going to steer us through as we go through this and look at some of the projects.